Rain pummeled the old cobblestone streets of Ravenshade as midnight approached. In the dim light, the narrow alleys seemed to stretch endlessly, each shadow hiding secrets too old for most to recall. Julia wandered alone, blood pounding in her ears, clutching the crumpled note that had arrived at her door just hours before. It read, "Midnight St. Morwen's Chapel. Answers await." She hesitated at the chapel's mossy threshold, sensing something unnatural in the air. The doors rattled open with no apparent touch. Inside, the candles flickered, casting long, quivering shadows over the pews. Julia stepped forward, hearing nothing but the echo of her own footsteps, until she reached the altar. There, seated in the gloom, was a man whose skin was so pale it seemed almost translucent, his eyes an unsettling shade of crimson. "You are brave, Julia," he spoke, voice as smooth as silk, yet carrying something sharp beneath it. "Most flee from the truth." Trying to steady her voice, Julia asked, Are you the one who sent the note?" A smile, cold and hungry, flickered across his lips. "We have unfinished business, you and I. You seek answers about your brother." The mention of Samuel, missing for weeks, made Julia's hands tremble. The man who called himself Lucien glided across the floor as if gravity held no sway. "Ravenshade is not as it once was. We walk among you now, cloaked in crimson shadows. Your brother crossed into our world. He chose to become one with the night." Julia felt ice slip into her veins. "You mean he's a vampire?" she whispered. Lucien's eyes flashed. "Not just a vampire, Julia. He's something more. He carries part of what binds us here. Tonight, you must choose. Reclaim your brother and abandon the light, or leave him in the dark forever." Thunder boomed, shaking the chapel. At the edge of vision, figures appeared, half-seen shapes with fanged grins, silent and patient. One broke away from the group, stumbling toward Julia, face hidden beneath a hood. A pale hand reached up, revealing Samuel. His eyes were glazed with hunger, yet recognition fought through the haze. "Julia," he croaked, "I'm so cold. Help me." Lucien approached, holding out a goblet filled with shimmering ruby-red liquid. "Drink, and you'll join us. Only then can you save him." Desperation and dread twisted inside Julia. The vampires pressed closer, the room's temperature plummeting. Samuel's fangs glinted in the candlelight. He was no longer fully human. Julia realized her choice was more complicated than life or death. Save her brother and lose herself, or run and leave him to his monstrous fate. But then, lightning flooded through the stained glass, illuminating ancient symbols carved in the altar. Julia remembered her grandmother's words, "Light is strongest where darkness reigns." Heart racing, she grabbed a candle and traced the symbols with its flame. The air vibrated. Lucien snarled, recoiling. The hidden vampires shrieked and shapes dissolved to mist. Samuel collapsed to the stone floor, writhing as the magic pushed the darkness from him. For a moment, hope gleamed, until Lucien reformed in the corner, fangs bared, fury stamping out all traces of humanity. Julia held the flame aloft, ready to fight for her brother, for her soul, and for the town of Ravenshade, whose shadows would never sleep easy again.